So this is number 2 in looking. One of the first things I look for is a complete set of sheets, right? So these are the drawings we were supposed to do. So it's a good sign when all of these things are there. So that set of sheets is what you're supposed to finally turn in. Let's go to the area plan. We adjusted these. All right. One of the things we might do is, these are area plans. They have a color legend, and we could apply that. Let's go to the main plan. Which is the office fit out. Remember, we could improve the legibility of the plan by taking out that hatch surface pattern on the concrete floor. And then we selected parts of the floor, split face areas, and drew different materials into parts of the flooring. For instance, wood flooring in the conference room, tile in the kitchen, etc., etc. So let's have a look at how to improve the visibility settings of this drawing. First thing I'm going to do is activate view. I'm going to select the floor. Remember, Revit selects by edge by default, so you need to change to select element by face if you want to click on the surface of the floor. All right. Let's edit the properties of the materials. And I'm going to remove that foreground pattern. I'm going to change it to no pattern, because that sort of interferes with the legibility. Remember to turn that off when it's not in use. Let's square up the tile in here, because that tile pattern is model lines. We can modify them as if they were 3D elements. So I'm going to align, select some horizontal element, and then square up tile. I want to paint. Okay, so there's some redundancy in the room label. Conference. Do we have more than one label? No. Something with the room tag. Let's edit the type. Show room number. Maybe that's the number. Yeah. So it looked like you typed in the a label into what should have been a number. I think we can, yeah, because that takes text. All right, so we could number the rooms, irrelevant. There's the room. I'm going to draw a split face on that and paint into that surface. Select element by face again. Split face. Select the floor. I'm going to draw a rectangle into which I will paint floor tile of wood flooring. Paint. Let's select. I think we used this wainscoting. A misnomer, but it's all right. It's about the same interval. I'm going to perform the same alignment. I think I can do it. Align some vertical element, and right. So if you want that to go the other way, you align it differently, right? There are a lot of sort of unfinished elevations here, so I don't know that that's on a sheet. Anyway, turn this off when not in use. When the elevation symbol, when the circle is empty, that means those are not on sheets, and we should have a view. Oh, I see. You created it here. Well, let's see what that is. Let's go to building elevations. So here, these views you want to crop as well. Activate the view. Click these three boxes to show the extent of the view and bring it to the page. There's always a danger of exceeding the boundaries of the page and throwing off the output. Show all needs to change to show complete. Remember. Change the labels to 2D so they become view specific, and then we'll pull them out. I don't know why this says RCP. It should be level 1. Or level 2. Level 2. Okay, for some reason you labeled the level 2 view RCP. I'm going to change it back. Just going to rename it. Level 2. Yes. Okay, so that now the ceiling plan for level 2 is going to be the ceiling plan for level 2, what it's supposed to be. Let's go back. couple notes on drawing. The walls that cover columns, you really would not want to construct them in this way. From a construction point of view, it's much more efficient to create simple lines. I can't make extrusion. I'm not sure what that error is. So I would probably fit out the furring wall in that kind of fashion. And I think we have a much smaller, slighter furring wall. Maybe I'm wrong. We could create one. We can't see the layers in these walls, and I know that we made a 2-hour type, so I want to change the detail level from coarse to fine. All right, and then TL toggles off and on the thin line mode, right? So that wall is still a generic 6. That is a simple partition type 1, that's right. This wants to be a simple partition type 1 as well. So find that. Once you use it once, it right? And we can trim up the corners. Oops. So the wall joins are really difficult. That's why I show them in a later video. So we want to disallow that join. This gets complicated. So we want to take a wall join and disallow the join, so that now we can take that wall and trim it. Or maybe it's connected. Okay, that's disallowed. That one needs to be disallowed. That one's disallowed. That one's disallowed. That needs to be disallowed. Okay. Otherwise, the walls are joined together. This one last time. Disallowed. Disallowed. You have to uncheck that constraint because that was created when those walls were previously allowed to join. Watch the YouTube video on wall joins. It's very popular. It's thousands of views, and it's not, I know it's not Suffolk students that are watching it, but you'd benefit from that, and that's why I do that in a separate cover. So we don't want these walls to join up. I first want to trim these walls together. And then alright. Now we can allow those joins. because I do want these walls to trim up. So that wants to allow, and that wants to allow join, trim, trim. It takes a while to get that. Okay. Now this, don't want to allow join, otherwise it's going to distort the intersection. So we want to just move that up to that wall, and now that cleans up fine. Same here. Don't want to allow that join. Now that cleans up fine. So you want to do this for all the walls that don't quite resolve. Okay, I will have finished that before I continue. I'll post this as lesson number 2, fixing up the plan.